shall see if it's on live YouTube, because I want to get the comments up, if we will get comments. Yeah. Yeah, like we did before. Like, there's people watching. Oh yeah. It's there. Well, it's on here now, but I'm just refreshing just to get up there and see it. But oh, there you go. It's on then. So, anyways, hello. I can hear. Oh, check if your settings is on. Like, if you got it on party invite, like party chat only, or... Sorry, there, just a bit of little technical difficulties there on Techno's side. Hopefully it'll be fixed. There we go. As we wait for our guest commentator to join us there, I better introduce myself then. Hello everyone, and welcome to the ARC, the Adrenaline Racing Community. I am your commentator, myself, Roy. I will have my co-commentator with me hopefully very soon. Don't forget, give this race a thumbs up. Be nicely, greatly appreciated as well. Still waiting for my co-commentator to join in. This is the first race of a 2-hour race at Fuji, and hopefully we can able to hear him now. So, are you there? Oh, Nagati said, "Evening, Savney. How are you doing there, Nagati?"
Tell me if you can't hear me.
Yeah, if the guy, if you're still watching, can you hear Techno from your end? So if it works, then it's fine, and then you can introduce yourself into it. So here we go, first round at Fuji for the first of 3 2-hour races. We've got one next Sunday, I believe, at the Nürburgring. And then the third one, which is on a Thursday, I believe it is. Yep, and the caddy says he can hear you. So the third race will be on a Thursday at where was it again? I forget.
Thursday at the Red Bull Ring. I'm doing
at the Red Bull Ring. That was it. Yeah. And then the fourth race will be Le Mans, and that will be a 3-hour race. So anyway, since they can hear you, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Techno Guy One. I'm a ARC supervisor now, believe it or not. I'm going to be commentating this race. I'm entered in with RoboCopy, so we'll be sending all the love towards him in this race.
A bit like Rascal did to Charles last week, yeah, so obviously they'll be biased commentating again.
So I will post the live stream into the No Sport Island.
Oh, that's a good introduction there. So here we are. We're looking here at my usual co-commentator Lato, who had a very good race, a very clean, as Jelly Bear stalled on the grid. Stalled going into Panasonic. A very solid effort from Lateral. For those who didn't watch last week's race, it was the qualifying race at the Red Bull Short, which Lateral managed to get his at Pleb Bull Racing into third position. Now, supposedly it was supposed to be Kev that was going to be racing in it, but he's had a bit of a problem with his GT Sport disc or something, or it was like an update, I thought, or something like that.
Yes, so he seems to have lost power as GT Sport was updated. So that's corrupted the file, so now he has to restart.
Yeah, he's going to have to reinstall it in that. So, yeah, obviously tough times there for Kev, but hopefully we'll see him again, possibly next week. But there you go. Only Lateral was only 1 or 2 drivers that didn't get a penalty. I know you had like about 74 penalties last week.
Yeah, I was very good at getting penalties last race.
You were very good. And yeah, only Lateral and Law was the only 2 that didn't pick up penalties. Anyways, we're getting the final underway here for the first of the 2-hour race. Ratchet says, good evening, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice response there. Mm-hmm. So then, the
Oh,
starting
so we
grid will
said-
be from the determine what happened last week. So it will be Larasco will start on the pole in the Cha-Cha Slide racing, and it is Ender, Lateral, Robo. That was the only 4 in the LMP1s, and then Law, who won the GT3 class, will start on pole, and it's Darth, Kofi, Pim, Chili, Alex, Chucky. Now we will talk about these other drivers that are also in this as well. Jerry, Pregi, and Wiley Coyote. So we've got at least 10 GT3 cars, and we've got 4 LMP1 cars in this race. Now, just before I let you talk here, Techno, maybe talk about the rules and what it is and all that. Now, if you remember from... Hang on, I'll quickly hang you first. So, I'm the boss. I can do what I want. I can't only tell me what to do now. No, so you may remember, if anyone watched from last week's race, you saw that Charles was driving the car that Larasco's now driving for. He's opted to go for a second team, and I think he's partnering Kofi Juicy, I believe that is the guy in 7th. Yeah. So they've kind of made a little bit of a team together. So it's going to be quite interesting if Rasco and Chucky will make contact, considering their teammates in LP1. Kevin saying go Pleb Bull Racing. Hope you get your disco sorted there for hopefully see you next week then, Kev. But anyway, it'll be nice to see you back out on the track. Anyway, Ted, you talk about the rules and how this all goes in this championship.
Yeah, so today has a few extra rules. So essentially there's there's 2 sets of soft tires that drivers can use across the whole tournament. This also includes a second car. So as you can see, there's a couple of drivers here who are on the same team that have entered twice. You're entitled to run a second car if there's space in the lobby for you, and that's what a couple of teams have elected to do. Their Joker tires do count towards this whole team's Joker tires though, so you need to keep that in mind. I suppose that's one of the core rules. We're about to get going, so...
Yeah, we're about to get going, yeah,
so... Go through this a bit later.
Yeah, we'll go along the lines as we go. So anyways, the field will form up a double file, and then we'll get going probably at the start of the pit wall, I think. And then we will get this 2-hour session underway, which Larasco can dictate the pace when he'll start. 59 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, and then off he goes. And you can see that Ender must have caught napping on the start, and we are underway for the Endurance Series. Now, we were talking about, oh God, they're going free abreast going into turn 1. Oh God, you know, we're going free abreast going in. Everyone survived, which is all good to see, you know, everything all good. Let's see if there's any movement going on further back in the pack of the GR3s. It's going to be absolutely carnage in this. Yep, there's bumping and banging, leaning on one another, but it looks like we're all safe and clean. Oh, I think Kofi and Darth, or was it Pim? Yeah, it was Pim, sorry.
Pim squeezed out.
Yeah, Pim got squeezed out there by Darth, so... Obviously, you know, don't want to be doing any big moves. I mean, it's a 2-hour race at the moment. I think there was contact, and I think I've just noticed there, Darth has got a lot of damage on his car.
Oh, Pim's got engine damage. There's 3 drivers there with heavy damage now.
I'm just riding on board with Darth here, so going into the 100R. Yeah, well, here's a replay with Darth. So let's see what happened here. Did Kofi get on the brakes early? He did get on the brakes quite early, and then it sort of stacked up, and Pim got into the back of Darth. So that was all due to Kofi braking extremely early, going into the hairpin. So that's allowed Law to already establish a big enough lead already, and damage is on heavy, so they'll have to make a pit stop this time by. Yeah. I mean, that's not what you needed to be on the opening lap of a race.
No. Pim's been very badly affected. Chili's got damage as well. He's got nose damage.
He may have been caught up in all that incident at the hairpin.
Yeah. So Darth has gone in.
Yep, Darth is into the pit lane.
Pim's going to follow him in.
Man, Pim...
It looks like
Pim followed him? Oh yeah, Pim is in, yep.
Kofi and Chili will be going on with the damage, so we'll see how that affects them.
Yeah, we're just looking here actually, and you're right, yeah, he's got some front end damage on that car with that massive name that Do I have to mention?
We have to say the names.
Do we have to say
Hi,
it?
baby.
Whose idea was that? At least they've got a Doge on their car. I mean, you tried to have a Doge on your car for the final of the season 4, but unfortunately, you know, you never qualified, didn't you?
No, it's
so...
the endurance double header. I couldn't get off the grid. I was stuck.
Yes, it was a double header. Yes, my apologies. Yeah. So yeah, Kofi's getting on with it, even though he's got some both rear suspension and back end damage. But he sits second in the class. Third is Alex Gaiman, who we saw really struggle last week at Red Bull Ring, and he's now sitting there third in class. So that's pretty good going. Hopefully he's learned to master the Citroen, especially around Fuji. I think there's a battle going on actually for fourth place. Sorry, for third place, as Robocopy has passed Lateral. So that's something that, and again,
that was a fight back.
Oh, I thought there was a little bit of contact, but no. So Robocopy gets into that third place.
After all the discussion about the 919 being the slower car, it's pulling away now. So we'll see how this evolves over the race.
Yeah, definitely pulling away, and as you can see there, Larasco's already nearly built up a 3-second lead over Ender, and then this battle squabbling for third place between Robocopy and Lateral, just over a second now between the pair of them. So Kev will be hoping Lateral will have a smart race here.
Yeah, Kofi is now pitted to repair damage. I'm not sure if that cost him much though.
Well, he's actually gone out ahead of Pim and Darth. Now, has Darth... Oh, Darth had more damage though, didn't he? So, yeah. So, Kofi comes out in 12th overall, which I believe is 8th in class. Oh, and I think I've just noticed that Alex Gaiman's down to 11th. We did see him in 7th not that long ago, so he's had a mistake.
Yeah, there's a lot happening here.
It's all happening. And there's Wiley Coyote. That's the same livery. They're teammates, aren't they?
Wiley's past him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see who...
Law has just broken free. Now he is using the soft tyres.
Yes, yeah, we forgot to mention... Yeah, you forgot to mention about this. You were saying about the soft tyres and the Joker thingy. So Law's the only one to be racing on the soft tyres, which means for the next 3 races he's got 1 set of softs left in his car, isn't he? Off of the race.
Well, the whole team only has.
Oh, the whole team now. Yeah, 1 more set of softs. Yeah.
That also includes Jerry there.
Yeah.
So if Jerry was to use the softs this race, they'd have no softs left at all. So they need to be very careful about how they allocate that.
Just looking here at Jerry Bear, and yeah, he's on medium, so he's alright. So
Kofi's now making his way past Wiley Coyote.
Yeah, on the pit straight. Yeah, and just the power of that Chevrolet just eases by the Citroen like he's not even there. Here's a replay of it. It's tuckly nice into the slipstream. In fact, Coyote must have made a mistake as well, because Alex has got ahead of him as well. So nice straight line pass there, pretty much like a DRS pass on a Formula 1, but there you go. And Kofi now setting his sights on the other Citroen of Alex.
Now the prototypes are starting to stack up behind the people at the back of GR3 now.
Yeah, indeed they are. That would be Darth, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the top 2 have passed Darth. Oh, in fact, yeah, Lateral now is the last one to get by Darth in the prototypes. Just going in towards Coca-Cola.
Dicey.
Oh, it's a little mistake there, but it's all right. It's all good. So Lateral just gets by Darth. Already the gap between Lateral in last in the prototype class to Rascal was nearly 10 seconds. So you can see there that Rascal's already stamping his authority, if you will. He's now it's up to 3.5 seconds between himself and Ender in second. I know it's quite early to say, but what do you think of Robocopy then? He's already gained a spot, trying to close down on Ender. So what do you think of Robo's chances then?
I'd like to think Robo can win this if he does it right, if he plays his cards right, so we'll see. The question is whether 1 stop or 2 stop will be the best strategy. So we'll find out about that in the next hour or so. how that evolves. I think the Porsches will have to pit more often than the Toyotas.
I take it that the the Toyota is better on fuel than it is on the Porsches?
I think it's better on tyres, that's the main defining
just on
characteristic.
tyres.
Yeah.
Ah, right, so...
Prototypes in general are very easy on fuel.
Yeah. So I just want to keep an eye on the gap then, 4.4 between Ender to Robocopy. In fact, they're both on Toyotas actually, so...
Yeah, they're direct pace comparison.
Yeah. But as far as I can see there, Rascal's still pulling away just slightly over Ender. Top of 10th now, up to 3.6. Actually, yeah...
There's a battle going on in the Group 3s.
Which is... that'll be second in class then. So Chile ahead in that loud Mazda. Then you got Charles, then Predji, and then Jerry Bear. What does I say on Charles? Oh, here comes Pred with a run. Here comes Pred going on the inside. Yep.
And Pred succeeds. He's half.
Yeah, he's gone by, yeah. And I think Jerry Bear has his chance here to ride on board with Charles. There's Jerry Bear all over the back. That Hyundai. The Hyundai was very surprising there, finishing 1-2 last week at the Red Bull Short. That definitely surprised a few people.
Recently buffed car.
Jerry Bear looking hungry then, going into the 100R.
Yeah.
He wants to take that fourth place away from Charles.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Charles is really enjoying that Lexus.
No, I don't think he is. No, I mean obviously it's a massive difference between racing an LMP, a prototype car to a GR3 car. We didn't see a lot of Charles in the GR3 Championship because, you know, obviously with his disconnections and stuff like that. But you can see Jerry Bear all over, getting closer. A Hyundai must have good brakes there.
Oh, here comes Rascal through the prototype. Through there.
Yep, and then the blue flag's already going to be waved, so this is going to be a nasty part of the track that the leader, Rascal, will have to face trying to get by these GR3 cars.
The question is, will Ender and Robocoffee make up some time here? This is where the Porsche will be more strong in the twisty sections.
I think Rascal's going to get them on the start-finish race, so it's not going to really affect Rascal. We're not going to close any time. In fact, more than anything, he's pulling away, so I wonder if Ender's been held up. In fact, Ender's actually slowed down.
Ender's had to burn a penalty.
Oh, he had to burn a penalty. Okay, then. So the gap now increases to over 5 seconds, and Rascal has got by Chile fine.
Ender is now stuck in between a GR3 sandwich here.
Someone has gone off there. Predji's had a moment at Daichi. Let's see what happened here. Did he outbrake himself? Going in towards turn 1. He was having a battle with Charles, and then Jerry Bear too. I must have very late on the brakes and goes off Daichi.
Yeah, and Ender was caught out by Predji there, going through Coca-Cola. Held up. Of course, it's not Predji's fault.
No, it's
Ender to find his way around.
Yeah, that's the one rule about with the endurance classes there, that the prototype cars has to find their way by. You know, the GR3 cars doesn't need to move out the way because they've got their own race as well to contend with. I tell you what, Robocopy's closed a bit up on Ender now, 3.7 seconds, but then he's going to be stuck behind. Yeah, I was just about to say, and look at Lalo! Lalo's going on the inside at turn 11. Oh, they're bumping and banging on one another, and now going into Metz, leaning on one another, and pushes and spins! No. And spins goes Robocopy! He had some help. He had some help there.
He definitely did have some help, but sure.
Yeah,
that was his mistake behind traffic.
Here's a look at the replay. So Lado, ever the opportunistic there, makes a move, goes up into 4th place. Then Robo seems to lean a little bit on Lado. Lado was having none of it, and then Kofi was there to finish it off and spins Robocopy around.
Yeah,
so
on the upside, no party has sustained damage in that contact, which is excellent. They can continue racing.
Yeah, that's it.
All Kofi picked up front end damage, unless there was something else.
Yeah, he does have front end damage. Yeah, that must have been from the contact with Robo. Oh, nearly hits Daichi all wrong too.
That doesn't make any sense, because the prototypes are more, I suppose, more, what's the word for it even? They're more
Stronger.
likely to get damaged anyway. The prototypes are more fragile. There we go.
Oh,
Start
fragile.
to make
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, looking at Lato's car, his car looks perfectly fine. Robocopy's perfectly fine. It's just Kofi's one that was badly beaten up.
Yeah.
And again, Robocopy has to find his way back by these bunch of cars at the worst part of the tracks as well.
Yeah.
Going into turn 11 again, Charles. GDB. And again, the GR3 boys don't need to move out the way. Got 11 people watching. How you all doing, 11 people? Don't forget, we have a live chat here, so leave a message in there. We'll try and answer it for you. Yeah, Robo's really struggling getting by these GT3 cars. Finally gets by. He's got some space, but he's lost a lot of time over Lato. Over 6 seconds he has now behind Lato.
He lost 23 seconds to Rascal.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Lost a lot of time because of that spin at nets. Looking at the background there, I think that was Jerry Bear making a move on the inside of Chucky. And that is another position gained, although Jerry Bear's gone off at Daichi. Yep, the Hyundai goes off and stays into 7th place, and Jerry just goes on. They want to hit the AstroTurf, that will spin the car around. He gets it going again, but he's lost a lot of time now. And now Kofi with his damage there, Chevy, all over the back.
Yeah, Prej's got rear damage as well, so maybe perhaps that's where Kofi picked up the damage from Preje. Is he the only one who's damaged?
I thought it could have been the contact that he spun Robo around. Because
I don't think that's the case,
it was quite a big hit.
It was quite light, I think. But I was surprised when there was no damage. Prototypes would be damaged if it was heavy enough. So I think he's had contact with Fred.
Quite possibly be. Anyway, Alex gaming all over the back of that injured-looking Lexus as they're going in towards turn 11 now. And also just ahead there, Kofi's picked up a 1.5 second penalty, and he's sliding his way around through nets. Oh God, that Chevrolet's not looking too good out there. He's really struggling in that car, isn't he?
There's a way to drive it, and I'm not sure if he's... I thought the shift point's okay, but I think he's still shifting up too early.
Yep, he served his penalty at the start for the straight, so he's going to lose 1, maybe 2 positions in the process. Preji,
again, I think he should pit.
Yeah, that'll be his second pit stop as well. And we're only 17 minutes into this race. So he has lost 2 places as a result. And Alex looking on the inside of Preji and gets by Daichi. Nice pass there, so Alex up to 9th overall. Arachnon says Kofi really needs to box. Yeah, he does, because he's got some damage there. Maybe the second time you have to pit with some damage there as well. Have a look further back through the field. Riley Coyote in 12th overall. And then Pim. Pim's actually done quite well to close up to the back. He also had to make a pit stop on lap 2 with that, or was it lap 3? I think it was lap 2 with the incident involving Kofi and Darth and Pim himself. Pim, who finished 2nd place last week in the GR3 class.
Sorry, I returned. So Pim's closed onto the back of Wiley now.
Yeah, we're just looking at it right now. That MasterCard Lola. Oh, he's got into the back of him. He got into the back and he's got front end damage now.
And he cuts the corner.
Yeah, that could be a penalty. Yeah, it could be. It should show up, maybe. Not necessarily give it away.
I'm stunned that's not a penalty.
Still no penalty, but I wonder if Wiley Coyote... Yeah, Coyote's got some back end damage too. So Pim, who made a nice recovery, he's got some front end damage there as Yubnub's come in saying evening folks. How are you doing, Yub?
That's Daryl. Daryl's here. Hi,
oh, Preji's gone off again at Daichi. A lot of cars going off at the first corner here.
Yeah, it's a tricky first corner. The braking zones, braking markers are hard to spot.
Quite definitely. So Preji now down into 9th place in the GR3 class. Law, meanwhile, Law is just, oh well, look at that, nearly 20 seconds he has over Chile. It's just another. It looks like it's just another flawless drive, and this is from Law, isn't it?
Yeah. Law's on the wheel now, he's a lot more consistent. But I think Chili is harmed by the damage he's carrying.
I just noticed there is a
Question
battle.
is, should he have pitted Chili?
Oh yeah,
How
Chili's
much
not
time
yet
has he
pitted.
cost him?
Yeah, Chili's not yet pitted. So he's keeping going with that car.
However, again, Law's on the softs. You would
Yeah.
expect him to be pulling away. So.
Yeah, because obviously the softs are the faster tyre, but they do wear a lot quicker than the mediums. The mediums you can go at least another 10 or so laps quicker than the longer than the softs, possibly. Something like that. Yup Nub says Law OP needs a nerf. I tell you what though, I mean, Law has been improving, hasn't he? You know, definitely.
He led an arc race in season 4 for a few corners at least.
Yeah.
He's quite proud of that.
I was just about to say what his season 4 was like. He was very consistent in qualifying. He didn't qualify his highest, like between 3rd to 7th, but then his positions were up and down. But he got a maiden podium at Brands Hatch, beating Kobo in the process. And he's not looked back since. He's been a very good driver and definitely has improved over the seasons, like Chili did, like Alex has done. And it's quite good to watch when you see guys improving, like Nagati as well. Nagati improved as well.
Massively, yes. Nagati realised how much people practice and then started practicing like they do.
Oh yeah, I mean it was madness how when people were practicing, like, I mean, before they made the car lottery, you had people practicing for the first race already. And that was like a week away. It's it just goes to show the dedication, the commitment that the drivers will have to win a championship at least, eh?
Tell you what, that gap has Law won this at this point with a 21-second gap.
Yeah, 21-second gap. But I'm just looking at the battle going on for third place now, because Lato versus Robocopy, gap now down to 1.6 seconds. So Robo is the faster of the pair of them.
Well, Robo's not going to be happy after that instant. He's going to want to pass lateral.
Yeah, he'll definitely want to pass him. He's not going to get in the slipstream just yet. It is roughly about maybe 1.1 seconds, and then you're in the slipstream. But that Toyota must be so quick on the straightaway. Yeah,
there's a big debate about this. So the Toyota has a better ERS system, which means that unless you babysit the battery in the last sector, the Toyota has a much better launch out the final corner. And that's where you get that massive time difference there. Almost half a second.
I was just about to say, when he was going into the last corner, he had no battery in it at all. And now he's going up through the gears, going into Coca-Cola, and the battery's gone again.
Yeah.
Let's see Lato's battery. Yeah, his is gone just now, going into 100R.
Yeah. The Porsche is dependent on braking, whereas the Toyota is based on coasting. That's where it regenerates the power.
You can see it's already half battery back in that ERS, as you said.
Yeah.
But he is getting slowly catching up to the back of Lato's Pleb Bull Racing.
Yeah. Ender's going to start going through... Lato's going to start going through traffic now. In fact, they all are. All the prototypes are now in traffic.
Yeah, and that looks like that's a heavy amount of traffic there just ahead as we ride on board with the leader. 5.4 seconds, so the gap is sort of stabilised, I think, a little bit. Not necessarily got held up in some traffic. Let's ride with Ender, and he's got Chucky just ahead. So he's passed a couple of cars going in towards Daichi. Thought he missed the apex then. Already a 16-second lead he's got over Lateral. And now he's catching up with Predje in his battered Lexus.
Lateral and Robo are going to have to go through the majority of the pack through Sector 1 and 2.
Yeah, and Predje moves out of the way. Which again, he doesn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that.
Interesting line from Lateral there. Way out. So
Sorry, I
That'll
was
make
just eating
faces
something.
then.
Sorry, I was just eating something there because my voice is really going a little bit.
Figure out what you're doing. Yeah. I suppose we're just watching the R3s. Sorry, the prototypes pick their way through the Group GT cars.
I'm just looking at lateral now. The gap is now extended now up to 2.7. So.
Hold on, Hoover, hang on. I'll be back.
Oh, and Pim gets into the back, and Robo's got damage now. Robo's got rear end damage there because of the hit from Pim. Was it because of Pim? Let's see. So he goes in towards Panasonic. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, there's the hit, and that's when the damage comes up. So Robocop, he's got damage. And again, it's not the first time that Pim's hit into the back of someone. Arachnon says F12, I think show splits. Yeah, I'll do that in about 4 minutes time. We'll do that every half an hour as the race goes by. That's when I'll push the F12 button. So, looking here at Robocopy and the gap going up now. 3.5 seconds now to lateral. And obviously Robo's got that rear end damage there from the contact with him and Pim. So lateral now in a safe third position at the moment, but he's still got some GR3 cars to contend with. There's Chucky just ahead.
I've returned. All is well.
Yeah, all is all good, and Laddles gets it all wrong going in towards nets. Wow, well held there, lateral. Yeah, and that was a nice save there. Kev will have his heart in his mouth at the moment right then. Definitely there, that was a scary moment for Laddle.
I'm sharing that kind of moment on. Robocopy is rear damage. Where did he pick that up? How's that happen?
Yeah, that was the last lap. Pim got into the back of him at Panasonic.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I showed it on the replay there too. Yeah. So
and Pim received damage from that as well, so
yeah, Pim's gone into the back of another couple of drivers in the process at all. During this, so not a good race so far for Pim, who looked quite comfortable last week, but is not looking too comfortable in this race here tonight.
Yeah, I suppose he is out of position relative to where he should be because the penalty this has caused him to, I suppose, drive in a way to try and make up spaces, which hasn't really worked out for him.
Just looking here at Darth Nihilus, who's still running last overall. Now you can just see in the background is Larasco putting another lap on Darth. He is starting to close up on Pregi now, nearly about 13 seconds. I think the last time I seen it was about 20 plus. So, you know, Darth, he's doing a good job there. I think that's a Senna helmet he's got in his car. That's nice to see. And yeah, and that's also because of the fact that Pregi's got damage on his Lexus at all. So looks like it's not a good day so far for the Lexus boys there.
Yeah. I think they're both the same team, 13th and 14th, so that's unfortunate. Now,
yeah, I think they are, yeah.
Only the first driver from each team will be counted. It's the team score.
Oh,
so that means
right.
that the second car will be deleted in the results.
Right.
However, the second car can play a role in holding up other drivers for you. So that's
the dirty way, is it?
Exactly. That's the strategy that kind of enters into the series with this. How you manage that. Of course, if you do cause instance out of the second car, you can lose access to the second car.
Kofi's gone into the pits. And it's Arachnon is set there. Kofi needs to box, which he has done now. So that's his second pit stop. Pim's coming in again for his second pit stop. Pregi's also came in. So I think this is all the guys that have had front end damage or rear end damage all coming in. But also they've got to serve a 30-second stop too, don't they? They have to stop for 30 seconds and then they get going again.
As we say this, Charles is now homing in on the back of Chile.
Yeah, Chile's still not pitted in with that front end damage, so I wonder if Chucky's got into grips with that Lexus now. As he's starting to catch up on that loud Mazda going in towards Dunlop. That thing is loud, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Charles appears to be fuel saving more than Chile, I think.
Let's have a look at the fuel. Yeah, Charles definitely is fuel saving, and he is still quicker then Chile obviously could. I mean, Chile's not saving fuel by the looks of it, but he does have damage, so obviously that's going to play a part in it. But the last 3 lap times, Chucky has been a little bit quicker than Chile. In fact, he's going to be in the slipstream now because he is within that 1 second gap.
Oh, here we go. Look at the tick down. Now, slipstream, I think, only works within 7/10 now. So they've nerfed it recently. That was what the most recent update was. Pim comes out of the pits. Looks like he's getting lapped.
Dearie me, nearly comes in front of Charles then too.
Yeah. He has blue flags, so he's being lapped by the leading GR3 group. That's not the start of the season that team wants.
I'm also wondering there if you see that red and black thing there. He's also a very proud Trinidad and Tobagan. Every livery that he's got, he likes to have that flag or that country in it. Like you see in the helmet there. Yeah, Charles. Oh, he's proud of his nationality. Oh, careful. Nearly got it all wrong in the hairpin.
The game doesn't let him show it, so more power to him.
I see the gap now between Law to Chile. Still 26 seconds, so I thought it would have been a lot higher than that, although Law is on some worn softs now in the process. So I was supposed to do the rundown because we've just passed the first half an hour of the race. So Larasco leads by over 8.8 seconds over Ender in his Toyota. Then it's another Toyota in third. That is Lateral, who is
he's in the Porsche.
Oh, in the Porsche, sorry.
Yeah,
my apologies. Then it's Robocopy in the other Toyota in fourth place and running last in the prototypes. Comfortable lead for Law. In the GR3s, he's got over a 26-second lead over this battle that's going on for second between Chile and Charles. And here comes Charles having a look to the inside, trying to fake out Chile a pass going in towards Daichi. But I think Chile's far too experienced to do that. Jerry Bear running fourth in class. Then you got Alex Gaiman, which is nice to see Alex Gaiman not spinning about all the time, so that's pretty good from him. Then you got his teammate Riley Coyote in 10th overall. Darth Nihilus now in 11th. Because the other three made their pit stops. There is Predjane, who's probably got his Lexus all fixed again. Kofi Juicy in 13th, and Pim, I think he's the first car to be lapped and already 4 laps down to the leaders in the race.
Yeah. So the question is, Pim trying to unlap himself here, or is he just trying to follow?
Well, he's got the fresher medium tyres, so he's going to try and unlap himself for sure.
Not sure if Charles and Chile will appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't think they'll appreciate it because they've got their own battle. But Pim, you know, he's still got blue flags to be shown. I mean, he's got Jerry Bear also to contend with too, and he's not that far back, is he?
Yeah, it looks like Pim's going for this one.
We'll have a look then. So let's ride on board with the MasterCard Lola Hyundai of Pim, and you can see Chucky's going to make a move, isn't he? Here he comes to the inside of the Mazda and just breezes by. Pim just lets off the throttle.
Pim's fuel saving.
Yeah, Pim's definitely fuel saving, and Chucky goes into second in class now.
Yeah. It's handy having someone there, so you can ride along with and get a better view of the action.
Yeah,
Watch Rascal come through here. He has to come through this pack of cars. So that's be quite interesting.
Oh yeah, there we go, on board with the leader. Nearly 10 seconds he's got over, now going into the 100R. He's got to find a way by here. Yeah, just play a bit of patience. Oh!
Oh no.
Oh, and that's not Pim's fault. I don't think that will be, because like I says, he doesn't need to move out the way. They've got to find a way by.
Rascal entering a closing gap by the looks of things.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was closing. But as a result of that, he lost nearly 3 seconds because of it now. Nearly up to 7, now down to 7 seconds.
What's interesting about Rascal though is he seems to have worked out that battery.
He has a bit now, hasn't he? Yeah. Oh god. That Amgo, I thought Pim was going to hit to the back here.
No, he hasn't.
No, definitely not. So Larasco kind of struggles to get by the lap traffic. Let's see what Ender can do now. Now down to 5.6. He'll probably smell blood because of that.
Yeah, and he's going to pass him on the easier parts of the track.
Yeah, the easiest, yeah, on this mile-long straightaway, and you can see the battery difference too. He's got a half of the battery compared to none of them left, and I think that's one of the Citroens in the background that's picked up a penalty. That would have been Alex Gaming, I think. Yeah, indeed it is. So Alex got a penalty. But yeah, obviously this battery could play into the advantage here because Ender's battery's at half, and Larasco's got literally none left.
Yeah, the Toyota doesn't deploy past 240 kilometers per hour. I think both the Porsche and the Toyota have that quality. Overcorrecting.
Just having a look.
So it really is managing it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It can only use so much. The Porsche is just way more aggressive with deployment. I'm
just also noticing there too between Larasco and Ender that Ender is fuel saving, and he's saved a hell of a lot of fuel because Larasco's down to about 25%. And Larasco's probably about 45%, and the gap is just going over 6 seconds. So when the pit stop's going to happen, Ender's going to probably come out well ahead of Larasco if they come in together, possibly.
Well, Larasco may be going on a 2-stop, and Ender planning a 1-stop.
Yeah, probably. By looking at it, I think Larasco is going to go for a 2-stop, and Ender's definitely going for a 1-stop. That's for sure, anyways. Looking here at Chile, Pim's managed to get by the Mazda.
Oh, Pim's unlapped himself.
Yeah, but yeah,
he's not going to like that.
Oh, side by side, going into Daichi, and Chile relapse Pim.
Traffic.
Yeah, that's not good, and it's going to allow Jedybird to catch up, so now it's going to be a battle for third in the class.
And this has cost so much.
It's cost so much on Chile, yeah, because now Charles is nearly 4 seconds away from them. And Jedybird's within slipstream distance.
Yeah, and Pim is smelling blood with a damaged car in front of him, so he just went for it.
I'm just actually quite impressed how the fact that Ender is still thereabouts on the Rasco when he saved like 20% more fuel than Rasco.
As the Porsche and Toyota dynamic, like the Porsche isn't the best on fuel and tyres. But they're same tyre degradation.
Yeah, roughly about. Well,
oh dear.
Well, what's happened?
Lateral having issues in that traffic.
We'll have a look at the replay then, because I didn't see it then. So here we go. He's going to try to get by Alex Gaming around turn 12. That's it. Ooh. Yeah, I think there was a little touch, but there was no damage though.
No, both got away with it.
And goes around the outside, going in towards Panasonic. So yeah, Lateral there having a bit of a struggle trying to get by Alex.
This will allow Robocopy to close up as well.
Yeah, Robo and his damage there, Toyota, because he's still got that rear end damage from a few laps ago from Pim.
Robo's likely going to carry it to the air mark, so he's bleeding time and it's not what he wanted.
And just managed to lap the lead of the GR3 Law, who's sort of stabilising the gap there. Still 26 seconds between himself to Charles, but I'd imagine he'll have to pit in about 3, maybe 4 laps time, I reckon, looking at his fuel gauge. So I think Law's definitely...
natural. Oh jeez. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was just about having another look here.
No, Lateral messed up.
Come back to live action. Come back to live action here. So let's have a look at this then. Let's see from Lateral's perspective. So he's trying to get by. Oh my God! Chile touched the door at Dunlop. Then going into turn 11. Tries to have a look on the inside again. There's contact there. And then going into what's turn 12 into Metz, and he's going to stick it behind.
Yeah, and now Robocopy is only 1.2 seconds behind Lateral.
Now Lato's just passing Pim on the street. So Robocopy's nearly in within slipstream distance. Let's have a look at this again. So going into what's Dunlop, my oh my, Chili such the door right in Lato's face. And then going into turn 11, again tries to force his way through on the inside at turn 11, not there. Then going in towards Metz. That's all okay at the moment. And then I think he's going to go around the outside. Yeah, he's going to go around the outside at Panasonic. Lato seemingly to be struggling trying to get by the loud traffic, it seems, eh?
Yeah. Both third and fourth having a few issues with it. I think Ender's done the best in lap traffic this race so far.
And I mean, yeah, the gap is slowly going up though to 8.1 seconds, but he is still fuel saving. So I think this shouldn't be too cause of concern, this for Ender, really.
No. I think Ender has his own strategy planned out.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going for the one stop, methinks.
Like that's a third of a tank left. There's a third of an hour left.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, this is also a track that you got to save the tyres as well, because there's some tricky corners here, like the 100R. Like that's going to put a lot of strain on the left tyres. And you also got like turns 12, 13 and 14. You got Metz and that, which are just long corners. As Chili finally comes into the pits. Yeah, Chili comes into pit lane. So I mean, also you know, preserving your tyres is also key to success around this track. Just trying to see here, Chili into the pits. So he'll get his front end fixed.
He's waiting for the 30 seconds to elapse before he can start his pit stop.
God, it must be an age, isn't it? 30 seconds wait.
Yeah, it certainly makes you consider the pit stop before you take it.
That's why he opted to stay out early on when he had that contact. So there you are, he's served his 30 seconds, put on a fresh set of mediums, repair the damage. Wiley Coyote's also in.
You see the difference there? 30 seconds behind Netherlands in the pit stop at the same time. And they repaired the front end damage.
Yep, just now, and out goes Chili. Doesn't go all the way to the top.
Yeah, he left a little bit.
Yeah, he was on 93%. So, is he fuel saving? Is he going to go for one stop?
Well, I'd say that's two stops. No.
Oh, quite possibly.
There's another 40 minutes, then pit. So you likely only need 93% for a 40-minute stint. So that would tell me. So Chili is now going to set off after Law and Charles. That'll be his mission.
Well, I don't think they'll catch Law, because Law's off into the distance there. 27 seconds he's got over Charles. I think effectively Chili's best place he could be is second place.
But Law moving on to mediums.
Yeah.
So they'll be on the same tyre again, and we'll see what pace differential Chili can muster.
In fact, looking at Law here at his fuel gauge, he have to pit this time by as Kobu's in here. How are you doing, Kobu?
Hi, Kobu.
Was you a bit disappointed with the turnout of how many sign-ups there was? There was like only 10 of them. Were you a bit disappointed with that?
For this series? It was a bit unfortunate, but sure, it is what it is. It's, you know, it's a 2-hour race, not everyone wants to do those. I suppose we're surprised in that there was 40 people with interest and then 20 sign-ups. Much of that is, can't do much about it. The second car is an intriguing solution, I think. I think it's like it's going to come into play now because Jerry is going to be roadblock for Chili to protect all, most likely.
Just going to check the gap between Chili to Jerry. It's roughly about 37 seconds.
And Chili's probably undercut that.
Jerry's going to have to be pitting. Oh, careful, Larasco. Yeah, Jerry's going to have to be pitted this time by now. So 37 seconds. Yeah, Law was in the pits. Yeah, we were seeing him. Lemmy's in here. Oh, Lemmy. How you doing, Lemmy? Kobe says didn't want to commit to a full series without being able to attend all races. Well, you could have a partner to be with there. You know, you could have done 2 races, and your team could have done 2 races as well.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of this championship. Everyone's actually in. The leader's in as well. Lalasco's in. Alex is in. Law's finally just coming out the pit lane, and now he's onto the softs. He's onto the mediums now.
Yeah. He's used his one set of I wouldn't say he'd use a second set of softs for this race.
Yeah, he was just, trying to branch out a big enough gap to the other competitors in the GR3. So as you can see, they're 41 seconds, but our eyes is now on what Chile can do, and he's going to get by possibly.
Has Law got a Tesco Finest?
Sorry?
Law has a Tesco Finest sponsorship on his rear bumper.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Take a look at that.
Well, I will take a look at that very soon, because the Rascals just come out ahead of Robocopy. So a battle going on now for the second place, but obviously the Rascal has got the fresher medium tyres than Robocopy, and he's already sent himself off into the distance. But the gap now, 44 seconds he has over Ender. Now I wonder if Ender will actually capitalise on that, even though he saved a lot more fuel. That, maybe he... Ender's going to stay out for another lap, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. Laro's in the pits. Chucky's also in.
I believe Ender will go to the hour. That's what I think is going to happen.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we were saying that he's going to go for a...
single stop.
Yeah, single stop. Yeah, so he's going to have to push his mediums to the limit here, I reckon.
Rascal may use a set of softs at the end to ensure you get the win.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Lemmy is saying here to you, Techno, I'm surprised Techno is allowed on the PS4 for this long.
Well, he's not wrong.
I bet your brother's like, I want to play the PS4, come on.
We've already done that and I told him to get lost.
Get a padlock next time, just lock yourself in.
See, it's not a bedroom, it's a family room, so...
Oh, it's a family... Oh, Ender! Contact with Kofi! No damage, though. No damage on Ender's car. Is there damage on Kofi's car? No.
Kofi is fine.
No, Kofi's fine as well.
Running a dangerous line out there on that AstroTurf, though.
Yeah, that is... we did see that in the team versus team with Chile when he got it on the gravel on that AstroTurf and it spun around.
Chile wouldn't spin. That's fake news, come on.
What was that?
I said Chile wouldn't spin, that's fake news. He's got it all to do now, though. He's got to make up a 30-second gap to Law.
But he's also got 4.5 seconds to catch up to Chucky. And there you can just see it again, the shot there, Chucky just going in towards nets, and now Chile is as well. But the gap looks like it's slowly coming up. I wonder what car's the more quickest on the straight line. Is it the Mazda or the...
Oh, lateral with heavy damage. How did that happen to him?
Oh, he does have some heavy damage. Oh, what has happened here?
Rewind back and see how far you can go.
We'll see.
So it has been the most recent lap because he's got engine damage.
I don't think we can.
Well, we missed that.
So yeah, we missed that then, so...
Is anyone else with damage? Just Robo from the back, so it's likely...
It's likely that he may have binned him. He may have binned him. And I'm probably presuming it must have been on the AstroTurf, whether it was Panasonic, that after the first corner, possibly, is where he binned it.
We didn't really notice it, so I would say it's somewhere like that, yes. It's very easy to lose in a prototype there, let me tell you.
Yeah, and getting it on the Astro there, you know, it's definitely spinning around for sure. So not what Lateral wanted, so he's going to go down into 4th place and possibly lose that spot on the podium to Robocopy. But don't forget, Robocopy has to be pitting, and he's only just down to about 25% left of fuel too.
Lateral will have to pit again as well. There's no way he makes it past the next hour and 10 minutes with his fuel depletion, so...
Oh, he's sort of struggling a bit.
That would be Robo's last pit stop, most likely, if he
Yeah.
hits in the next 10 minutes.
Just looking at Robocop's fuel, he's just gone down about 25% as well. So, yeah. So Robo is
Likely
definitely
has.
going for the one stop as well.
Yeah.
Kobe was saying Lat is probably trying to commentate his own race and ending up binning it. Probably. Most definitely. Most definitely. Hopefully I'll have him in the booth for next week. Hopefully if Kev's GT Sport will be working fine again.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Lat and myself reunited again. It's like the Lando Norris Carlos Sainz relationship, sort of like that, eh?
I suppose you could call it that, couldn't you? Is Matt from the Spanish one? Is that what he is?
Yeah, we'll just go with that one, yeah, because I'm the British one.
Yeah. You got that one locked down, I think, Savvy.
Let me see there, Lat can't drive full stop. Ooh, that's a bit harsh, that, isn't it?
Oh.
Oh.
Oof.
If only there was a timeout corner, you'd sit yourself in the corner there, Lemmy.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't know it.
You would never.
Gap's huge though, let's see what it is. 2 minutes. Oh my god, he's lost a hell of a lot of time.
Yeah. He had to take a second pit stop, that's really hurting.
Yeah, that is the actual hurting there, because I'm trying to do some calculations here. It's about a minute.
23 minus 43 seconds, that's 1.5 minutes lost.
Yeah, 1.5 minutes, yeah.
We've had a hefty shunt somewhere in Sector 2, most likely. You're losing that much time.
Not good there for Lato, have to say. Looking again at Ender, the gap now slowly coming down 38 seconds, but I don't think he's in too much of bother there, because he definitely knows he'll have to go one stop. And I wonder if he'll know that Rascal's going for a 2-stop.
But it would have to be. There's no way Rascal can pit before the hour and go for a single stop. These cars will barely make half distance on fuel.
Well,
you have to really work at it.
Looking at the clock there, there's another 8 minutes to go until we're halfway.
Ender on Charles. Oof. Forceful pass, I'll say.
Let's have a look at the replay here. So going in towards Coca-Cola. Turn 3. Oh, it's a fast corner too.
Yeah.
That's close, that, eh? that is very close.
You have to make some of these moves. That's how you win the race.
It's one of those corners that you have to commit to making that pass, and that's what Ender did. And yeah, that could have come out a lot worse then. So Ender was quite lucky. Let me sing tut tut Ender.
Toot toot. Toot toot. Pin still. Oh, that's blue flags for Robocopy.
I'm just seeing if it actually affected. Charles, a massive sideways off of Panasonic. That was a lovely slide. Now let's get a replay of that bad boy. Look at this.
I can't see it, but
you're not watching the stream?
No.
Whoa! Hello there, Charles. That's a nice save. Len's just saying, hey guys, who's winning in GR3? It is Law, who is leading it. In the GR3s, he's got a 24-second advantage over Charles. And I think Chile might be catching up on him too. 3.2, slowly coming down. Actually set his best lap of the race a couple of laps ago, did Chile. 134.497. Charles's best lap is a 134.8. So, in comparison, Chile's 4 attempts quicker than Charles's fastest lap.
I was confusing things in the chat. I'm not a very productive person. Anyway.
I've just noticed that you commented saying Chile.
But I just said Chile. Chile has made up 1 second on Charles.
Cameron75 saying, where's Pim at? He's 13th. He's been involved in a couple of incidents, running 9th in class, 13th overall. But he's only 5 seconds behind Kofi Juicy in that Chevy.
Yeah.
Lemmy saying Ronno. I miss Ronno. Where is Ronno these days? He's been quiet in the Discord chat, hasn't he?
Ronno's gone somewhere. We don't know.
Oh, he's on holiday. He's on. Is it like a holiday he's off to?
Maybe. You never know. Maybe he's on a staycation. You never know. We have a run off.
Ah.
Don't know what's happened. I'm sure he's okay.
Kobe's saying Chile get a bad start this race. No, he didn't get a bad start at all. He had some contact early on with. There was a bit of a kerfuffle with the hairpin with Kofi, Pim, and I think Chile got involved in it too. So yeah. That's when Chile had that front end damage. But apart from that, he's been fairly consistent as Chile. And the gap is still coming down to nearly 2.5 seconds now.
Lateral's binned it.
Oh, he does indeed, and that is at nets again. So let's see what happened here. So this is turn 11. Did he get it on? Did he get it on the white line here, going into nets?
I'm not sure. I think he slid out on the asphalt. I think.
Oh, he got on the power too early, and it tank slapped the other way. Yeah, and around she goes. Yeah, so tank slapped. Got on the power too early. So Lado's having a nightmare so far. That's going to please Levy in the chat. I believe in you, Lado. I believe you catch up to Robocopy.
You're usual commentator.
Yeah, I know. I've got to stick up for my co-commentator. You know.
Yeah.
I have to. I have to. It'll be quite rude of me not to.
I heard you guys rip me threads many a time during season 4 qualifying.
Have you not heard Lateral ripping into Kobu a lot? And I mean, I know Kobu's watching this, but I know for a fact Lateral ripped into Kobu a lot. Yeah. I think this is, this is some karma. I'm saying.
Yeah. What, it spun 3.5 times? Is that what he said? I think that will spun twice now. So go for the 1.5.
Yeah, he spun twice and binned it massively.
And first Lateral, he hasn't had any practice. He's in at the deep end for this round.
Yeah, in all fairness, he's not had a lot of practice. I think that was the same for you too in season 4. You didn't have a lot of practice at all, because I think.
No, unfortunately.
No, you had a lot of uni work and that, didn't you? That really kind of hampered your practicing, wasn't it?
I did kind of come through in the end though, which is good. I was kind of getting back up to pace for Catalonia. It's pity I hate Catalonia with every fibre of my being, but I got my best results this season, so I'm happy about that.
That will trying to find a way by Darth and the Lexus. Could have a battle going on between Darth and Kofi.
Now Darth for Imperial Racing, Fred J is his teammate. So it's in Darth's interest to hold up Kofi, to deny points for Kofi. Like protect Fred J's advantage over him.
Let's look at the last lap comparisons there. Very close. 1:35.476 to Kofi compared to 4:13 to Darth. So lap times are sort of like the same.
Yeah. They're within the same second. Which is always good to see.
Who's that in second? Charles?
No, they were within the same second.
Oh, right, aye.
It's always good to see. Especially with such different cars. One's front engine, rear wheel drive, the other is mid engine.
Oh, oversteer through nets there was Kofi. And oversteer on the exit.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's enjoying that Corvette that much. The unique car to drive, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, those medium tyres looking a bit worse for wear, I have to say. And again,
the primary advantage is the driver gets out of corners.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Ender's now making his way into the pits. So he's got a 32-second advantage over Larasco, which he'll lose 30 seconds because of that rule that you said that you applied out. So Larasco will go back into the lead. I wonder where Robocop will come in. Oh, he'll come in during this lap.
Yeah, he's 56 seconds behind, but he may extend another lap. We'll see. It's going to be very tight on fuel at the end of the race, I think, for both drivers.
I think, maybe. Yeah, it could be quite close. So Larasco's going to go back into the lead now. It's just but I mean, I think it's a foregone conclusion that Rascal's definitely two-stopping. And Ender's going to brave it out for the one stop as Robocop will come in now.
He mightn't go in. No, he's not going in. One more
He's not
lap.
going in, he's going for one more lap, so he's definitely going.
And this is good for Robocop because, you know, they'll have that last. Ender's got to extend. He's only managed to make 59 minutes in that tank. He now needs to do an hour and 1 minute. So that's a 2-minute difference. That's 2 laps.
So Ender comes out 22 seconds behind Rascal, but he does have at least like 10 laps fresher tyres than what Rascal has.
But Ender won't try to overtake him, most likely.
He'll catch Rascal, but, you know, getting by him, he'll just have to wait for Rascal to make his second pit stop, I'd reckon.
Yeah. Question is, will the Rascal have enough of a gap to make use of the 2-stop?
Well, looking at his fuel gauge, it's nearly come down to 50%, and he's got one of the Citroens just ahead. That might be Alex. Oh, is that Wiley? I'm not too sure who that is. Oh, it's Wiley. It's Wiley down in 14th place, so Wiley's not having a good day. First time we've seen Wiley in this championship. We saw his teammate Alex struggle around the Red Bull short in that car. There's a battle going on at the hairpin. I want to see who's that there, because that's a good couple of cars there. Who was that? Robo's actually in now, so Robo's in.
Yeah, so Robo's is extended to an hour and half a minute.
So anyway, we've just passed halfway, so let's now push the F12 button again. Rascal back into the lead after Ender's just made his pit stop, and he's 22 seconds ahead. There is Robocopy serving his 32nd stop, and he will sit in a net 3rd place. He's got 1 minute and 40 ahead of Lato, who has been having a bit of issues to nearly getting it off at Daichi. And then the leader of the GT3 class is Law, but the gap is slowly coming down now. Only 20 seconds between himself to Charles, who's actually extended the gap from himself to Chile. It's now up to 2.7 seconds. And then you got Jenny Bear in the second of the year High and Eyes, who is just about 20 seconds away from Chile. And Alex Gaiman, obviously nice to see Alex Gaiman not binning it over time, so great to see him racing and competing with other cars, sitting in 9th place overall. That's a solid effort from Alex. Then Darth is in 10th. Then you got Kofi in 11th. Pim's gone into 12th. I've just noticed that Predje is also in the pit lane. There is Wiley going in towards Daichi, and into the pits goes Predje to put on a fresh set of tyres too, and he sits now in last place overall. 6 laps down of the leader, Larasco. I've just noticed in here I don't know if there was a strategy between yourself and Robo, but Robo's gone to the softs.
Yeah, I told Robo he can take whatever he needs. So I won't be able to make use of them, so he can use what he wants, basically. I'm hoping he hasn't put that on accidentally, which is entirely possible.
Oh, Taven said Robo softs. Arachnon, he's on softs. And Bradley Cruz says, poor Robocock. Well, there you are.
Robocock? Beautiful. Interesting. This isn't Kev, this is Techie. Techno. Kev sounds a bit different to me. Even now.
Len's just saying, is that Kev I hear? Let me say
That's
yes.
I was responding to that. Yes. I'm Kev Meister.
Different voice, but it is still Kev. Yes.
Yeah.
Kev Techno Guy, whatever.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing, yeah. The Rascal's putting on some steady lap times there. 122.7, 122.9, 122.8, 122.4, 123.2. But he actually did set his best lap on lap 39, 122.2. So he's definitely pushing the card, isn't he?
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing about Ender. He's done a 23 last lap.
Yeah, 123. Yeah, the gap has gone up to 29 seconds.
And Robocopy did a 21 last lap. So this could be Robocopy's plan to reel in Ender, try and get past him, potentially get the win.
But there's 55 minutes to go. Can he close up a minute?
I suppose that's a second every lap, isn't it?
That's more than a second a lap. That 121 though that was his out lap, so that wouldn't count. This will be his best lap, baby. No, it wasn't.
Well, it was an out lap, you're correct. It's not a great lap. He's actually lost time when under that lap.
I think Lemmy's taking the mickey now.
He always is. This is not a new development.
Kofi's in the pit lane, that's his third pit stop. The other two were the damage that he caused.
It's good to see someone's keeping track. I can't keep track of that many pit stops.
I'm actually not, Lemmy, it's actually a couple of Mars bars.
Oh, someone's in the dirt. Pim is in the dirt.
Pim is in the dirt, let's get him.
Or is that lag? That might be lag.
Well, let's see, going through 100R. Just gets by, Ender gets by around the outside. Yeah, that looked like lag to me.
Strange. He's
wow,
still
that's
there anyway.
A massive. Yeah, that is lag. Yeah, definitely. That is lag. So he sits there 11th overall is Pim. And he's had a fair few incidents too. Contact with Robocopy.
Yeah, unfortunately, for both drivers.
Let's see what the gap is now. 59 seconds, so...
Oh, Ender's off the track at turn 1, that's not going to help him.
Oh, yeah, there was Darth as well. I wonder if that Darth played a part in that. No, probably not. Maybe he just outbraked himself going into Daichi. Yeah, quite clearly, yeah, he went off. God, we saw a lot of that in the first part of the race, but we didn't see that later on in the race, so... you can definitely see that Ender's trying to catch up, and he's definitely pushing, I mean. Up to 35 seconds. Ender's got to be careful here. He's got to have a gap round about the 30-second mark, because if you think about it, Narasco's going to have fresher tyres than what Ender's going to have come the end of the race when he makes a second pit stop. So that 36 seconds is not looking too good for Ender. He's got to push that now.
He'll also be losing time to Robocopy as well.
Well, he will have now when Robocopy approaches the first corner, which you can see now he has gained at least 4 seconds on Ender.
Yeah. And Robo's gone purple to add to that.
Yeah, but the problem is he's got the battle going on between Jerry, Chili, Charles too.
Oh, it's just to get past.
And Predgy, and a lapped Predgy, you know. Oh, sorry, that's not Chili. That's Kofi, isn't it?
That's Chili. Pinky car. I think Chili is coming up to lap Kofi.
Yeah, coming to lap Kofi. Yeah. And Robo's trying to lap the pair of them, which he does successfully. Kofi's got a 1.5 second penalty yet again.
Chili's all over the back from. This is not helping Chili. Lap traffic.
Yeah, lap traffic as well, not playing a part. Well, playing a huge part in this. As Robocopy passes Chili, Kofi's going to pull over to the right hand side to serve his penalty.
Blue flags do apply in same class, of course. So Chili has not had a good run with back markers in this race. He had Pim initially. Now he's got Kofi.
And Pritchie has passed Kofi as well. That was a battle for position when Kofi served his penalty on the start finish straight. There are 2 penalty burns around here, the start finish straight and after the hairpin, turn 7 and 8, going into the 300R, turn 9. Taven saying Rascal's pace gets better through his races usually. Well, it definitely is. The gap is going up, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's stabilised the last couple of laps, up to 36 seconds, but Ender's got to be very careful. He doesn't want that gap to extend too much, otherwise the Rascal's going to come out ahead of Ender when he makes his second and final pit stop. And then also, again, the fresh tyres will come into use as well. I wonder if Rascal is going for a mediums, and maybe go softs come the end.
Possibly.
That could
but
be.
He might need it.
Yeah, he might need it. If he maybe he might not. But it's just depending on how long will there be left when he makes that last pit stop. Look at it. His fuel. It's probably about 30% of fuel that he's got left in his tank.
This will all start to unravel in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it will. Definitely. Taven's saying he doesn't need softs.
Yeah, he doesn't need softs, that's what I was saying. I don't think he will.
Yeah, and even Arachnon is saying Rascal shouldn't go softs. So these next 15 minutes, as you said there, Techno, are going to be pivotal for both Rascal and for Ender.
Yeah. Depends on who makes mistakes, when and where does one of them get in contact with a GT car. The same goes for Law, like Law's run a smooth race up until now, but if he tangles with a Group 3 with a prototype, that's not going to go well for him. He'll lose the advantage he's worked up.
Yeah, and again the gap is just staying the same, roughly the 20-second mark, so you know he's playing a safe race at the moment, is Law. You know, not wanting to do any silly mistakes, which he hasn't done, and as you're saying, you know, obviously going for changing from the pad to the wheels has made him a better driver by the looks of it, isn't it?
More consistent, and that's usually what you find with the wheel users. They'll have a bit of an advantage on a long race such as this one.
Taven's already answered the question, but I'll let you answer it as well. Lens Joe's just said there's a limit on the amount of softs throughout the whole of event, right? So, Techno Guy...
So, to reiterate from before, the teams are allowed 2 sets of tyres. So that counts toward both your first car and your second car. So if you enter your second car, you better be sure that your second car is going to finish ahead of your first car in that race. Because otherwise you waste a set of softs. So it's connected across the whole 4 races. You have 2 sets of softs to use. But I think it's possible Robocopy may have accidentally switched to softs, especially doing such a long stint.
And it's not, and he's still not closing to Ender's time. It's still staying roughly the same, isn't it?
He's lapping around the same pace, so it's... Well... I'd be more concerned about the tyre falling off near the end of a stint. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely know that the mediums are good enough to go 1 hour, but I don't know about with a set of softs. They'll probably fall off the cliff maybe about 45 minutes in or something, possibly.
Potentially, yes. That's what I'd be thinking.
So
but it's
only
prototypes, they don't degrade as fast, so...
So only 2 drivers that have changed to the soft tyres, and that's Robocopy and Law, who made his first stint. So come the next 3 races, their teams, well, you, which are going to be, I'm guessing you're competing in next week, are you?
Yes, Nürburgring.
So you're going to have 1 set of softs to your name, and you've got to use that set of softs within the next 3 rounds.
Yeah. But again, I'm not... Oh, Lateral's off track. Yeah, Lateral is not having a good day of it.
Has he had another moment?
He's gone off at Dunlop. He's gone wide. I don't think he's had a time penalty, however.
Let's see here. So going in towards Dunlop, 10-10. Let's have a look. Yeah, just slightly off track. I don't think he lost a bit of time, though.
Yeah. He's going to be lapped fairly soon by Rascal if he continues in this way.
Let's see what the gap is now. Nearly coming up to 40 seconds in Rascal's lead over Ender. Ender, do you think Ender could be a little bit concerned?
About losing the lead? Yes. I think that mistake in turn 1 has cost him. That was a
Yeah,
very sweet
yeah,
corner
because
race.
he did lose roughly about 4 seconds to Rascal.
Yeah. That is
I-
1 minute 26 lap, I think.
yeah, that was his 126 lap. Yeah.
Big chunk of time. Whereas Rascal's doing 22s consistently.
Just getting by Wily Coyote, going in towards Panasonic, and on to start finish straight, and then going by the GR3 leader. 45 minutes to go. This race is not over just yet, I don't think, by any stretch of the imagination. I think the GR3 race... Oh, I tell you what, Chucky is starting to close a little bit up on Law. I'm just looking at Law's fuel compared to Chucky, and... Oh, I think someone was coming in, I think. Was there?
Law has less fuel.
No, it was that. I was just I just realised, yeah. Law does have a little bit less fuel, so... Yeah, I think this GR3 race could be up for grabs too. If Charles can put in those consistent lap times and don't get any fluffing about, as I just noticed that, I think that was Darth getting it all wrong, going into Daichi, trying to outbrake Chili in turn 1. Trying to unlap himself, yeah. And that didn't work. But, you know, Charles is closing the gap between himself to Law now, down to 18 seconds, so...
Look back to Kofi here, and Darth, because they're going to fight with lateral coming through.
Oh, and Lato's going around the outside of the 100R, going in towards the hairpin, and Lato gets through fine.
That compromises Darth's exit, so is Kofi going to make the overtake?
I don't think he'll make the overtake at Dunlop. That'll be a silly pass to try and overtake someone at Dunlop. The best place could be turn 11, which is the next corner. This is Dunlop. I got a little sideways, so he's lost a bit of time. He'll probably might just set up Darth going onto the start-finish straight and try and get the job done at Daichi. Let's see what happens here. Going towards Nets. Chili just ahead, sliding that rear end. It's very tail-happy, this Chevy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, it isn't, isn't it? Depends on how you set it up. So, depending where you put your brake bias, it can be easier, difficult to drive.
And Predji's there, not too far back in the distance there, 1.5 seconds back. So, the two teammates of Darth and Predji are... Kofi's in a bit of a Lexus sandwich here, as now Kofi's starting to close up now, less than half a second. He's just going to run out just a bit of time, no, going into Daichi. Or is he going to go for it, or is he going to stick it behind? He's thinking about it, has a look to the inside, but Darth gets it covered.
Yeah. Not close enough.
Oh, Rubens is in here. Rubens, how you doing, Rubens? He's saying, is that Techie in commentary? No, it's Kev.
It is. No, yeah, it is Kev, actually.
It's Kev, yeah.
You're damn right.
He also says it's no Citroen, is it? Well, there is a couple of Citroens, but they're sitting 9th and 10th respectively, aren't they? Yes, they are. So the Citroen boys having a good day, actually, aren't they?
Yeah. And remember, that will turn to 8. Is Jerry Bear's score will be excluded.
Yeah, Jerry Bear's score, yeah, second driver, because Law is still leading.
Yeah. So we'll be taking his team score.
And just breaking away from a bit of the racing there, Ruben, come back as admin. Please come back. And Dan's, I miss yous.
Very stealthy message there from...
Do you know, if there's what I've always said this, there's one thing I really hate, and it's change. I hate it.
Everyone hates change.
Oh, I hate change.
People act like they don't.
Oh, I hate it.
So Pim is dead last. What has happened to him? Is he stopped?
Pim, 13 seconds away. Not unless if he's... He must have made another pit stop, because looking at lap 43, he did a 2:33, so he must have pitted. I think he might have had some damage then. Or was that when he made his pit stop?
2 minute 33 lap, yeah. Couldn't be a minute in the pits, surely.
He must have had some damage somewhere. Not unless if he got on the AstroTurf after Panasonic or at Daichi. I'm not too sure. There's a good battle going in towards the hairpin. I'm trying to find who that is, actually. Oh, it's Chile, isn't it?
That's
Yeah,
Chile.
Chile. Kofi's found a way by Darth, so Kofi's up to 11th.
Well done.
I think that's pretty much the only real battle that's going on out on the track at the moment. And
Darth's
Darth,
going to try and repass.
yeah, he's trying to find a way by. He was all over the back going into Dunlop.
Yeah. Darth is on the softs.
Is he? Oh, he
Yeah.
is. Yeah, Darth's on the softs. I didn't notice that.
Jeez, that Mazda just screaming in the distance.
Oh, no. Doesn't surprise me he gets a massive headache. Kofi getting it all wrong at their Panasonic. So Darth could get into the slipstream. In fact, there's Chile going in. Chile's in. Chile's gone into the pit lane. So I'm wondering if he's going for the undercut on Chucky.
Yeah.
And now Kofi trying to protect his position. He goes right up against the pit wall. And look in the background, there's a Robocopy coming behind. And they're side by side going into Daichi. Don't think there's any contact. Oh, goodness me. That was near contact. And Robocopy's got nowhere to go. They're going to be free abreast going into Coca-Cola. This is going to end in tears. Robo gets by side.
Jeez,
And Darth gets by. Darth retakes it.
I could see it all work there. And Robo's last time, that's... Oh, Robo's got damage.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he does. He does have backhand. Oh, nearly runs into the back of Charles too in the process. But I think no matter what, I think it's going to be a net safe third place anyways, because Lato is only a minute behind. Oh, now. Okay, and I'm wondering if he's going to sustain with that damage. Don't forget, he did cope with the rear end damage before he made that first pit stop, didn't he?
Well, that's suspension damage as well. That's
yeah, suspension damage, so he could lose a bit more time. I would just say get into the pit lane, do your 30 seconds and repair the damage.
So. Don't
change your tyres and come out again, I'd say.
I'll change the mediums at this point. Play it safe.
But then that's one set of softs there you've wasted, eh?
Yeah, they're wasted already with the damage. You're not going to get much more out of that.
Gap is slowly coming down now.
But Lateral does need to pit again.
I think this guy needs to pit again very soon. Larasco, the leader, 43 seconds he has over Ender. And there's 38 minutes on the clock. Not unless if Ender's having problems. Let's see what lap times. He's gone into the 24s that last lap. And Larasco's went 7 times quicker. Sorry?
Just the pit window, it's definitely open. So...
Taven's got to go.
Well, bye Taven.
Oh yeah, Taven's about to leave us, unfortunately.
Taven's y'all.
Yeah, Larasco's in, so here we go.
It's a big picks up. See what he does.
30 seconds, he has to wait. And then he'll put on those medium tyres and then sets his sights on Ender, who will take over the lead. But I'd say roughly the gap would probably be about, what, 17, 18 seconds possibly, maybe more.
I will see. You got the fuel up. Or we also need to take into account the time it takes to pit anyway. So he'll likely come out behind Ender anyway.
Yeah, Ender's just coming across the start finish line right now. So Ender will take over the lead. Rascal's got to put in fuel.
Yeah.
We'll see the gap when the Rascal comes out the pit lane. Just looking at the leader for the GR3, Law still leading, but the gap is slowly coming down now. 16.5 seconds to Charles and Jerry Bear into third place. So the teammates running 1 and 3 in their class respectively. And then actually Jerry Bear's actually getting a bit of heat from Alex in that Citroen. I have to say, this is a massive change in Alex here from a guy who struggled in that Citroen last week, spinning about 5 or 6 times. I don't think he's actually spun at all today. This is a really positive showing here from Alex.
Yep. He's gone from a penalty in the first race to looking like a fairly clean race this time around.
Yeah, I think he's kept his nose clean too. So you know, Alex is definitely
Smart.
proved over the week. I'm just seeing here. So Larasco's come out the pits. The gap is 9 seconds, and yeah, he's on the mediums. So he didn't go to the soft tyres. So that was a smart strategy from what Taven and I was saying.
Yeah.
I've just noticed that from what.
On track.
Yeah, I've just noticed there from Arachnon saying that why has Larasco's refueled all the way to the top. Interesting that, yeah. Just noticed that, yeah.
The Porsche eats fuel, so if you rev it out, so I think that's why his plan is to pump in a heap of quality laps to get this win.
I would have just thought maybe like a lighter fuel tank and he'll be closer to the back of Ender. Bit of problem though for Larasco. Let's ride on board here because he's got that battle going on for 10th place overall with Kofi and Darth. Darth pulling slightly away from that Chevy. Oh, and there's contact! He's got some suspension damage. Darth got into him.
Oh. That's going to change the result.
That's going to change completely. I did hear a bump. So let's ride on board here with Darth, and you'll see he's going to.
Yeah, Darth has front end damage.
Oh, yeah, that's it's a disaster then. Well, that's going to throw the race wide open now. Oh, and Kofi nearly gets into the back of Darth as Jerry Bear comes in from third.
It's all happening now.
It's all happening now, and I think someone else has come into the pits as well. That's Law, the leader. The leader of the GL3's in.
Yeah. So Danger Noodle Racing making their scheduled pit stops by looks of things.
Now this damage has thrown open the race here to Ender because now it's up to 12 seconds, but he's got that real right suspension damage. Is that going to play a part come the ending of the race now?
If he has another contact like that, he'll be played into the hands of Robocopy, most likely.
But don't forget, Robocopy's already got that rear end and rear right suspension damage too, so...
I'm saying if he has another hit, he's already weakened.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex is also in. Law comes out of the pit lane, so Chucky's just been passed by Robocopy. How do you think Robocopy's been in this race?
Ivan is good, but sure, you can be quite unfortunate in these races with how the cars around you behave as well. So look at this coming out of the pit lane.
Oh, that's a mess that I thought Darth got into the back of Kofi. Now that's a real mess now because Chucky's in this battle. Yeah. He doesn't want to lose too far away from with Law. Sorry, go on. You go.
Charles is on the lead app, and the other cars in front of him are not. So
you've got a 3-car scrap here, 12th, 13th and 14th respectively. Wiley, Coyote, Kofi and Darth. And Chucky's got to find a way by them all, and he's going to lose a lot of time because he was catching up to Lord in a hurry, and he's going to lose. Charles is going to lose a heck of a lot of time behind these 3 guys ahead, but they've got their own battle.
Well, this is blue flags as well, though. Remember, they need to get out of his way.
As Kofi looks to the inside of Wiley, going into what's Dunlop, and that's a position change.
So much fighting. Charles just can't get past it.
Yeah, he can't get by. He can't go left, he can't go right because the baton. Wiley moves out the way. Darth's gone by.
Darth's just holding Charles up here.
Darth and Kofi, to be fair.
Yeah.
Still looking at this battle here, coming up with nearly 30 minutes to go. Now, can Charles get by Darth and Kofi? Looks like he's a bit too far back on the Darth's Lexus by the looks of it.
And that Chevy's just going to pull away in a straight.
It will,
so
yeah.
With them not rescinding position like they should, how is Charles supposed to get back?
And Kofi's trying to defend his spot now from Darth, who goes to the outside going into Daichi and sliding their way through turn 1, pushes Darth on nearly onto the AstroTurf, and now Charles is going to find a way by going in towards Coca-Cola. Oh, that's tight racing there. And again, Charles must be
Shut the
heavily
door.
frustrated behind this lot.
Yeah, well, these guys are getting blue flags. They're
Yeah.
lapped down.
Yeah,
So,
they should be moving out of the way there. Yeah, and oh, I've just noticed there. We're looking at Law. He does have that Tesco figgy, but the gap now 14 seconds. The gap now 14 and a half seconds, and it's growing.
yeah, this is killing Charles's attempt to get first here. So all Law needs to do is play it safe.
And now there's another problem because Ender's coming up onto the back of this, and it's coming up to the worst part of the track at these slow right turn 12, 13, 14 corners here.
Oh, the switchbacks.
Yeah, the switch. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's Ender. He's gone up to the back now.
Where'd you go? I suppose he can play safe. He has so much time advantage over Raff.
Oh my goodness me, Darth there. That was dangerous there from Darth. Dear me, we're going to have a look at this from Ender's point of view because he nearly had some contact with Darth. So going in towards Panasonic. And I think Darth nearly comes down on Ender. Watch this. Oh, he was trying to get into the slipstream of Kofi. That was why.
Yeah, tunnel vision. I'm not paying attention. It's unfortunate. But it seems to have worked out okay for both drivers, so we'll see what happens.
And again, Charles could not find a way by Darth and Kofi, so he's stuck behind them.
Now Chitty getting lapped by Raph though. Oof, that's such a scary corner to be passing him.
And here comes Lateral now in his Porsche, isn't it? Yeah, the Porsche goes up in a hurry.
Yeah, Lateral's probably been lapped at this point by Ender. And that's how he's coming through here.
Yeah, Charles lost a bit of time now, actually. He's lost some ground to Darth. Lateral kicking up some grass after Dunlop at Tower 10.
Well, again, Darth is on the softs.
Oh, and there comes the Rascal. Now the Rascal's coming to this battle.
Oh no, he's on mediums. So it's all kind of closing up together. The clumping's happening now.
Oh yeah, it's really getting to squeaky bum time as the Rascal tries to look on the inside of both Kofi and Darth into Panasonic. Yeah, that's fine. He made it work, so I don't think he lost a bit of too much time on Ender, like how he struggled to get by them both.
"10 seconds of difference now. Down from 12.
And there's 28 minutes to go, and even though Rascal does have that suspension damage, as you say, Kofi trying to defend that position. This is a good scrap, actually. This is quite entertaining to watch. And I tell you what, I mean, Charles is probably not going to like it, but he's still losing more time to Law.
Great to watch. Again, it's killing Charles' attempt to catch up to Law.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially
there's contact there, Kofi and Darth.
No damage though.
No damage though, but that looked like that was a huge hit there.
Yeah. Charles has to get past here.
Oh, he has to get by. Let's see then. So this is 100R. This is turn 5 and then into turn 6.
Oh,
he came from a long way away.
And Charles made his way around Darth now.
Yeah, he made his way by Darth, so he's got to find a way by Kofi in that faster looking Chevy. That was a huge lunge there from Darth. He came out of nowhere to get into the back of Kofi.
Likely mistake.
Oh yeah, but I just seen it on the replay. Going in towards the hairpin, he was about 4 car lengths away. Well, not 4 car lengths, about 2 car lengths away from Kofi and just kamikazed into him. But there's no damage to both cars. And I tell you what, Darth is going to get by Charles.
This is not what Charles wants. This is just not working for him.
Gap is slowly coming up now, 15.5 seconds.
Blue flags, guys. And now look, Chili's coming up to the back of Charles now.
Yeah, Chili is definitely catching 2.4 seconds back.
And Chili will be ruthless going through this traffic. Watch it happen.
Oh, Charles there nearly getting it all wrong at the Coca-Cola hairpin. You can see he is probably fairly frustrated that he can't find a way by Darth.
You need to start flashing these guys because this is blue flags. This shouldn't be. This affecting the race result now at this point.
Right then, got 25 minutes to go. I haven't pushed the F12 button. So then, Ender still holds the lead, but the gap slowly coming down. It's now 9.5 seconds. Larasco in that second spot. And then there's your teammate Robocopy and Fair trying to get by around Jerry Bear, around the outside at 100R. And then Lateral is now 2 laps down of the leader Ender. Then the leader of the GR3 class is Law, and the gap slowly going up, nearly 16 seconds between himself and Charles, who is still heavily stuck in this battle with Darth and Kofi. And Chili 2.5 seconds back, so he's there to pick up the pieces if there's anything going on between Charles and Darth to Kofi. Jerry Bear sitting in a solid 4th in the class. And then Alex Gaiman, not too far back actually, only 1.1 seconds back of Jerry. Although shortcutting Mets there nearly, having the Lando Norris helmet as well. There's Pim in 10th now, 10th overall. Then you got Kofi battling away with Darth, and Charles has found a way by.
Oh, like it's just that's not something Charles should have to worry about. Put it that way.
No, I think that's one off his left. He's got to get by Kofi. Wiley sitting in 13th place, and in 14th place is Pred G, 9 laps down away from the leader Ender.
Well, you say it like it's a huge distance because
that's a huge classes. Distance. Oh, very much so.
But it is 2 different classes. In practice, they're only 13 minutes behind. Or is that?
Yeah, 13 minutes. It's not that much, really.
Wasn't the Star one like a huge amount of time behind, wasn't it?
What's that,
like
sorry?
20 minutes. Remember the Spa race? There was a much bigger gap between.
Oh yeah, it was a much bigger gap. Like it was like over. It was about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was huge.
We did have a few of the timings in that race. I know Ruby did, even though he was racing really well in that. And
yeah, I think he got sick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he was not too well, wasn't he?
Unfortunately.
Got 15 people watching it now. We've only got 8 likes. Come on, give this race a thumbs up, people. Trying to promote here.
I liked it there for you. Do you feel better? Do you happy now?
Yes, I'm happy. We're up to 8th now. Kev saying, if I'm honest, that's just a Yota. Gap now coming down, nearly 6.8 seconds, so the lead battle could be going on, and this is quite an impressive showing here from Larasco. Even though he's got damage on that car, he's still closing up to Ender. But then, like you say, it's the battery is what's going to hurt him down the straightaway, because he's lost already 7 temps because of that.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's 5 seconds in the last how many minutes? I think he'll be right on the back of Ender by the end.
I think he pitted in on lap 60. Looking at his lap time, he did the... Oh no, that was when he made the contact with Darth. Yeah. Arachnon saying Robo is good. What do you think of that then, Techno? That's your teammate there. You gotta support him here.
Robo suffered from 2 contacts really, so we'll judge him more in further race, I think. He wasn't too bad at the start. We got very unlucky. Risky move. Doesn't always pay off. Sometimes you have to do it.
Oh, I tell you what, gap is coming down now. Charles to Law, 12 seconds. You think all that time that he was stuck behind Darth and Kofi, he would have been a lot closer to the back of Law, definitely, yeah?
Rascal is down to 6.5 seconds behind Ender now.
Yeah.
It's gonna burn up now on the straight, but
I wonder if Law is feeling a little bit nervous here, because you know that gap is slowly coming down. 12 seconds, so Chucky's actually found 3 seconds. Law did a 1:37.1 So he must have went off.
Yeah. Laws adapted to Charles being held up in traffic, remember, so...
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like I said about... Like I said 30 seconds before, if Chucky wasn't involved in all that battling with Kofi and Charles, that gap would not be 12 seconds, that would be less than 10 seconds for sure.
Yeah. He was on 10 seconds before he reached that traffic.
Oh, and now here comes Robocop. He's coming into this battle now too.
Robocop and Darth having an issue again.
Pretty much. He's managed to get by Darth, and now Chili's going to have to find a way by that Lexus. Any news on the disc then, Kev? Is it fixed again? He's in the chat. He's in the chat, so I think he's watching. So, oh, Chili all over the back of that Lexus. Cover your ears, ladies and gentlemen. Let's ride on board with Chili's shouty Mazda.
Now, will Chili be held up in the same way? Blue flags. Is he flashing him? I think he's flashing him.
I don't blame him. I genuinely don't blame him.
I don't know. Was Charles flashing him? I don't think he was flashing him. He should have been flashing him.
No! Oh, hello!
God. Lap traffic, come on. Not your position.
He's lost time though to Charles now, up to 3.6.
That's why I said Chili was going to be much more ruthless in such a situation.
Yeah, he has to be. And you could just see that on board with Chili there. You just saw Law, that number 5 just went by. So is Law struggling here? I don't know. 11 seconds, and there's 90 minutes to go. If only Charles was not stuck by... I tell you what, you could get a good slipstream of Kofi, because you know how quick that Chevrolet, that Corvette is on the straightaway.
Yeah, it's only defining strength. It has a good 6th gear. Everything else isn't very good. That 6th gear is good now. Got Robo coming through, is it? Or is that Ender?
Who's that? I'm looking at Charles. Yeah, that's Ender's. Yeah, Ender is coming through. The gap down to 5.2 seconds. Darth moves out of the way. Gets by Chili in that shouty Mazda. Oh, this is going to be so close here to watch. 4 point less than 5 seconds to go with 18 minutes left on the clock in this 2-hour endurance race, the round 1 at Fuji.
I'd say Rascal's kicking himself now if he didn't have that damage.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. I mean, with that 4 seconds that he lost, he would have been all over the back of Ender.
I think...
oh, goodness.
Robo has lateral covered.
Rascal's got to play a patient game at this part of the track here. He knows he's quicker than Ender.
But
Ender's going around the outside of Kofi. I just noticed we're on board with Rascal still.
Well, that should be interesting how that plays in, because Rascal's going to have their slipstream down the straight, which will negate some of the disadvantage he has with the power unit. There we go.
Yeah, it's going up now. 3 abreast going towards the start for the straight. Lap 73. Sorry, what was that?
The time is now coming down. Rascal's turned that into his advantage.
Ender's left!
Oh no.
Has it just gone on your screen?
Yeah.
Oh no, Ender has left the room. What could have been an exciting battle for the lead and the win. Oh, Ender will be absolutely fuming.
Oh, shit, he was saying he was worried about it.
Oh no.
45 minutes in.
And yeah, an hour and 45 minutes into the race, and he's out. Oh, what could have been such a good battle for the lead as well.
That's going to be a grandstand finish.
Oh, that would have been, definitely. I think the Rascal's in the lead, but I don't think he would take that. I think if
He will take that.
Oh,
Thank
but
you
yeah,
very much.
I think well, yeah, but I think he wanted to pass Ender. He wanted to do it the proper way, not instead of
Yes.
the disconnect sort of way to win the race. But that's absolutely gotten for Ender, definitely.
You'll get some points, of course. That's shocking bad for DNF.
Oh no, that's a bitter pill to
Horrendous.
swallow. Really bitter pill.
Oh,
Meanwhile, in the background, oh, the gap is still sort of like the same, still 11 seconds, but Charles can definitely see Law when they go across the start-finish straight. As here comes lateral. Now he's into third place, and he goes off
lad.
at Daichi again.
See, Lat has nothing to lose here, so.
That's a net podium position for lateral, even though he's made a ton of mistakes. He's got some front right suspension damage there too.
Why did you pick that up? Has he given?
He must have gave a GT3 car a good old wipe, didn't he? Here we go. He's trying to get.
Is that why Dart has damage?
Yes, he does. Yeah, he's got front and front right suspension, so it could have been with him. It could have been.
So Dart in the wars again, unfortunately for him. So now we need to.
I'm actually kind of gutted for Ender not being there now. I'm really gutted. I wanted to see that battle. I wanted to see that.
Yeah. He drove such a good race as well. That's not right.
Yeah, it's not right at all. Charles finally found a way by Kofi.
Unfortunately, you can't do anything about it. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the 2-hour race for you. I wonder if he said anything in the Discord chat as well. I wonder if he has.
14 minutes.
The commentator's gone away for a little bit anyway, so let's give you a rundown then. The Rascal has pretty much gone on to win this race now, but obviously I don't think it's the way that he wanted to win it. 1:08 he has over Robocopy. Lateral will finish on the podium in third, and only 3 cars left in the prototype class, and then you've got Law still leading. Gap is sort of still staying the same, 11 seconds over Chucky, who was just about 4 seconds ahead of Chile, who is 35 seconds ahead of Jerry Bear in 4th, and in 5th place now Alex Gaiman, only 1.3 seconds back. So Alex and Jerry still having their battle between the pair of them.
But it's a meaningless position for Alex, of course, because Jerry's going to be dropped from the results.
Oh yeah.
So Alex, it doesn't make sense for Alex to risk something and end up losing a place to Tim. So you're likely to sit behind. But Charles and Chile, all to play for when they come together.
The gap is actually growing a bit now, 4.3. What is the gap now? Less, coming down to about 10 seconds, and there's 12 minutes on the clock, so I'm wondering if Law is just sort of maintaining the gap there to keep that win.
I'd say Law is coasting along Sim's race now. Unfortunately, that's the main battle of the race is now neutralised.
It has, yeah. It just kind of spoiled it, isn't it, with that disconnect, doesn't it? We got 20 people watching. I hope that's not ended. That's just there joined, because that would be gutting.
Yeah, it's a crying shame.
That is a damn shame.
I was getting excited for that finish now.
Yeah, so was I. I think also the people that were watching it were going to have an exciting finish there too.
Yeah. Now the only thing that's going to happen is if Rascal absolutely bottles it in prototype traffic, which I don't see him doing.
Well, he's only had the one moment, and that was at Darth a few laps ago, wasn't it? And that's only been the real issue that he's had during the whole race.
That's the only damage he's picked up.
Yeah, the only damage that it's the only one. Oh, I wouldn't speak to Ender in the post-race interview. No way, he'll be fuming. Kev Mice has put something good in, actually. He says he wants to have some good jobs in for Lateral. You know, I know he's had his problems in this race.
He's got a podium.
Yeah, he's going to finish on the podium yet again. And obviously he's had his problems, he's had his moments. He's bent the car a couple of times, but it's quite a steady race though for Lateral, even though he is still 2 laps down of the leader. Yeah.
He's got suspension damage as well, which isn't going to help him.
But I mean, he's not going to challenge Robocop. It's just a safe third place yet again for Lateral. So
yeah, the gaps in the prototypes at the moment are colossal. Look at that.
Yeah, massive. Is it a 1:12 with Rascal to Robocopy and nearly 2 minutes? Nearly 2 minutes between Robocopy to Lateral.
If Robo wants an easier drive, you can just hop on into the pits and pick up some mediums for the last few laps. Repair the damage. And just drive carefully. Probably won't do that, but you know, he's definitely got the space to do so.
Let's see what the gap is now. Still 10, roughly about 11 seconds as Laws just lapped Pim.
It's stabilised. I think Charles lost his chance when he got stuck in traffic.
Yeah, he was heavily stuck behind Kofi and Darth when they were having their own battle.
There will definitely be some form of discussion about that after the race, I think. Because I wouldn't say Charles would be too happy with that. I don't think Chile will be either.
It'll be another case of what could have been, you know? Like it was with Rascal and Ender. What could have been with Charles and Law with that battle for the lead in the GT3 class.
Yeah. So we're effectively just coasting home, I think, for the next 9 minutes.
So there, Charles. No, Charles nearly getting it all wrong at Daichi.
So I'd be surprised if we got anything interesting for next. I think that's the end of the race there, to be totally honest.
That's pretty much the end of the race. Oh, cheers, Kofi, you spoiled it. Cheers, Disconnect, you spoiled it for Ender as well.
2 unfortunate events. So Pim's had a bit of a recovery. He's head of Kofi anyway. So he's going to be 3rd place in the teams.
Been an up and down race for Pim, hasn't it? Started 2nd. Always got 3rd
from last, sorry.
Net's all wrong. Always got a half a second penalty too, sliding through Panasonic.
So the stands in the GT class we've got. I'll give you the full names here. That's going to happen.
Go on then, you say it instead of me. I'll have a drink of my blackcurrant juice while you read out the team names.
So, in first in the GT, we have Danger Noodle Racing, driven by Law. Charles is 2nd place, driving for Charred Kofi Beans. Chili is driving for the Mazda Rotary Gang, in 3rd place in GT3. Jerry his finishing position is not going to be counted. So 4th place is going to be ACZ Alex for 6 Sheiks Racing. Jesus, what a name. MasterCard Lola, driven by Pim. It's going to be in 5th. And Kofi, driving for Orange Sierra, is going to be 6th. And 7th place in the teams is going to go to Imperial Racing with Darth and Predjay. Unless something catastrophic happens the next few laps, which you can't count it out.
You could actually have an inter-team battle between Darth and Predjay. They're only 2 seconds back.
It's not going to help each other, are they, doing that? I mean,
both of them have had their problems during the race.
I think both will be quite frustrated.
Yeah, they should be. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, Darth's got into a couple of incidents. Predje, we haven't seen a lot of Predje when he was involved in accidents. We know we have seen him have picked up some damage. But hopefully they can get themselves refreshed, get their batteries recharged, and get themselves ready for the next race at the Nürburgring next week. Hopefully their turnaround will happen.
That's gonna. If you think there's been many multi-class instances here, it's gonna be even more at Nürburgring. It's a much narrower track.
Yeah.
Lots of fast sweeping corners.
Yeah,
so
and that's
patience will be tested next week.
Oh yeah, patience is a virtue come there Nürburgring next week. And you're going to be racing in that, aren't you?
I am, yes. So hopefully you get lateral back after he's done his shift this week.
Right, so basically in your case, penalties is nothing. Hopefully you won't get any, like the 74 that you had in the first in the qualifying race.
It's Nürburgring. It's very difficult to get penalties there. I hadn't practiced enough, so.
Yeah, Arachnon, yeah, Darth has got some front end damage there. That was with the contact we suspect from lateral, because he's got some front right suspension damage, whereas Darth has got front left suspension and front end damage as well.
Yeah. Or it may have just been simple contact. Question is he going to wave Predje past, seeing as he has damage?
I think he is, yeah. I think he's going to let Predje by, and Pred will go up. So, yeah. So Predje will go up into 11th overall. And Darth, with that battered-looking Lexus, will just tuck into the slipstream. I wonder if you want to get by, actually. Right on board with Darth yet again. 4 minutes to go on the clock to the end of the first race. So, and there goes lateral, just goes by. Darth easing off the throttle just to not go by Predje. Don't want to go into the back of him. That's the number one rule in motorsports. Don't go off to your don't hit your teammate, as lateral nearly went off at Daichi as well. Just to let you know, I think the second race is on next week, isn't it? That's the 26th. Then we're racing again on the 30th on a Thursday.
Yeah, I'll be racing that one as well.
You'll be racing in that one.
My two are going to be the Nürburgring and Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, round 3 will be at the Red Bull Ring, as you said. And then the finale will be on the 2nd of August, which will be a day after my birthday. The final round will be at Le Mans, and that is a 3-hour race in which Laraska will be joining me for the last 2 races.
Yeah, so he'll be commentating on the Thursday and the Sunday, I believe. Yeah,
the Thursday and the Sunday.
and to factor in as well, we've got, for any driver looking to test their mantle in a multi-class event, we've also got the Saturday Night Showdown events. So that'll be running on the Saturdays. So next Saturday, which is the 25th of July, and the 1st of August will involve 2 SNS events as well. So that's happening around in Arc at the moment, here in multi-class racing.
So, you know, there's still racing going on. Obviously, they won't be streamed, obviously, but...
No. We're hoping for 16 players at Lago. Would be quite funny. It's a very tight track, very short. For me to value of that alone.
I've just noticed that Lord's also another sponsor. It's got Eddie Irvine on it as well. It's got it on one of the sides. I think it's on the right side. You'll see it go by, but see if I can change the camera view. Can I change the camera view? You'll see it on the right side. It's got Eddie Irvine on it. I think you may see it here. There it is, Eddie Irvine Sports. There it is.
Most incredible sponsorship.
He's got Tesco and Eddie Irvine. There you are.
What an exciting racing team. If the soft tires really helped them. Securing the win. Yeah,
pretty much, yeah. Started on the soft tires, extended up to like a 26-second lead, and it sort of stabilised it there. Oh, look at that look at that further back in the background. Pim's got a half a second penalty.
And he
I
serves
tell you
in the
what,
Pym zone.
Pim's got to be careful here because Kofi's not too far back.
Yeah.
Charles goes by.
And he's racing Kofi.
Yeah, now there's a battle going on for 4th in the class. 5th in the class, my apologies. So Pym versus Kofi. Hyundai versus Corvette. And Chili's also there too in the background. I don't think he's going to catch.
Chili isn't part of the race. Chili doesn't left traffic. Chili now.
A minute to go until the end of this race. I'll just quickly see where the leader is. The Rascal, he's going to go across the start-finish line to start the last lap of the race. He's just coming up to lap Alex Gaming in 8th place, 4th overall in the class.
It looks like Rascal has lapped Robocop as well while we were looking away. 1 minute 30 ahead now.
Oh, he has, yes. So the Rascal's got a full lap advantage now over the rest of the field. So then, Ender's actually commented and saying I'd be up to it. I'm cool. Oh well, I mean, I tell you what, Ender. I mean, I'd be absolutely fuming right now that if you were disconnected, I'd be fuming.
Does Kofi get past? Kofi gets past in the final corner.
And this will be the battle. This is a drag race to the line because that's the last lap being shown. It's going to be very close. I think Kofi's going to get it. He did. He will. Kofi will get by.
Oh.
Just gets by Pym. So that's 5th place overall for Kofi. Pym just manages to go down to 10th place. Charles finishes in a 2nd place. So pretty much a lap of victory, a lap of honour now for Law. But I want to see where Larasco is. He's coming towards Panasonic for the last time, and. You know, Larasco, careful! Deary me! Well, there was oh god, he did a chili. He did a chili, but it makes the odds. He's going to win the race, but that could have been a near disaster of a finish there. Larasco will win it.
Yeah, on the right lap.
Yeah, aye, on the last lap too. Charles is happy, obviously, because that's his teammate that has won the race. Robocopy will finish 2nd. And then Lateral, good effort from Lateral. Here he comes. He will finish in 3rd place. Where is Law? Oh, he's coming across there towards there. Here comes Lateral. 3rd in the qualifying race. He's going to finish 3rd here again, but this time with a bit more problems. Weaves across the start-finish line. Doesn't do what Larasco did. So solid effort there from Lateral. 3rd place. Bottom step at the podium. And here comes the winner of the GL3 class yet again. He did sustain the lead very well, roughly about 10 to 11 seconds. Law, another win in the GR3 class. So himself and Jerry Bell will be very happy going into the 2nd race at the Nürburgring, and I think that's the last car. Indeed it is.
Yeah.
And there you
That's
are.
the results.
There were your results. I'll put the official results up on the screen as well, just to see, because you didn't see a lot of time of it anyways. So anyways, let's have a look then at the race results. Larasco wins the race by a full lap ahead of Robocopy, who finished a lap ahead of Lateral, and that was the top 3 in the hybrids, in the prototypes. Then Law won the GR3 class ahead of Charles. Then Chili will finish 3rd overall. Jerry Bear 4th, but his points will not count, as what Tender Guy was saying. Alex Gaiman, that's a solid effort. Great effort from Alex Gaiman to finish in 5th place. Then Kofi just manages to squeeze by Pym on the straightaway. Pred G, Darth, that's his teammate, and Wiley Coyote in 13th. So there you go. That is the end of the first race. What do you think of the first? What happened then?
Yeah, I suppose interesting enough. I've got to go quite quickly now, unfortunately. So I'll leave you to finish off the stream that way.
Oh, okay then. Sorry, I was just trying to clear my voice there a little bit. Yeah, so Techno Guy has to go because he's the lobby host as well. So thank you to Techno Guy commentating with me. He'll be racing for next week, so good luck to him. Hopefully I'm going to have Lateral in the commentating booth. Yeah, again, Lat and I will be hopefully reunited in the booth. Hopefully Ender will not disconnect, because that would have been such an exciting finish to that race. I was looking forward to it, but you know, these things happen. So congratulations then to Rascal. Congratulations to Law for winning their classes respectively. And we will see you next week for Nürburgring. So see you all later.